Hello, welcome to lesson 3 in how to be led by your true self. This lesson is actually going to be split into two sections, into two videos. The first section focusing on self-development and the second section focusing on triggers. So by now you should have done the self-worth pyramid and you have your list of all the things that you love about yourself, that are great about you, that make you who you are, and also the list of things that not so brilliant, but they are who you are. Now, this is what I want to focus on in this video because it's really important that you think about these again in terms of your true self. Now, if you identified things on that list that are not serving you well or damaging the relationships around you, the chances are they are not actually coming from your true self. They are coming from your ego self. So if you thought, actually, I'm quite judgmental, or I'm quite critical of people, or I'm not very respectful, or I don't really like listening to feedback that's negative about myself, and this causes me to get angry or resentful. This is coming from your ego. It's not coming from your true self. Your true self wouldn't get offended. Your true self wants to hear feedback because it knows you need to grow and evolve. The best thing about being a human being is that you are not perfect. But that doesn't mean that you can go around hurting other people, damaging relationships. That means there's always opportunities to learn and grow. You could live for 1,000 years and still not be the best finished article, and that's what's so exciting about it. So it's about being the center of your own universe, but also understanding that you are still orbiting in everybody else's universe. And do you want to make that a smooth process for everybody involved, especially those that you love, or do you want to make it a bit bumpy ride? And that is your choice. So when you want to be the best version of yourself and come from your true self, you got to set yourself targets, set yourself goals, really think about what makes me a great person, and don't fall into the trap of thinking materially about this. Well, I want the best car or a great house or X amount of money saved in my bank. No, this isn't about material things. This is about your energy. What are you filling yourself up with and therefore giving out and therefore attracting back? So are you being positive to yourself, to those around you, and leaving a positive footprint on this earth everywhere you go? So really think about if you are not sure about these things, because don't forget the ego will make us go into denial, or the ego will rationalize us these things and say, no, it's okay to think like that. Ask people around you, ask people who are close to you, who you know are brave enough to go, actually, you can be a bit like this, and that makes me feel like this. So really, really think hard about your behavior. Again, like we said in lesson 1, switch into that observer mode. See how people react. When you speak, how you are, how do they react to you? Is it positive? Do you make people feel good? Are you friendly? Are you warm? Do you create a nice atmosphere around you? If you're not sure, then ask the people around you. But then you have to listen with curiosity. If you get offended, you're losing an opportunity to learn something about you or about them or about your relationship. And that is just such a shame. Let's not bury our heads in the sand. We all have things that we can improve, but that's okay. That's brilliant. When it's not okay is when we pretend that we don't and we act like everything's okay. That is when the damage starts. Everybody knows that we make mistakes, and that's fine, but we've got to fix them, move on from them, and work together. So be brave. Your lesson now is to think about, what is it about me that actually I could change, because that would make me a better person and my relationships better. And like I say, if you're not sure, ask your nearest and dearest, but don't shoot the messenger. Remember, they are there to help you, and if they are willing to share something with you, that makes them brave and a really, really good person to have in your life. Hello, so welcome to section 2 of lesson 3, where we're going to talk about triggers. Now, a trigger is basically anything that provokes a negative response from you. So anything that you hear or see or involved in that makes you feel any negative reaction, emotion, that is what we call a trigger. Now, this word is used quite a lot, and I'll often hear people saying, well, he did this and he did that, and that made me so angry. But the actual reality of that is nobody can make you feel angry. You always have a choice. So if you're the one getting triggered, you're the one carrying the ammunition. So if you find yourself getting angry, for example, about something, that is an opportunity to think, what is going on with me? Why has that created this feeling inside of me? Because it's not about them, it's about you. Something is going on inside of you. Something that person has said or done has triggered a reaction inside of you. Now, we've got to remember, all emotions is a cry for help. Something needs your attention. It's your body's alarm system going, something needs your attention. We need you to listen. We need you to act. Now, you have to remember sometimes that we react badly when actually the situation doesn't call for that at all. And that's all to do with what's inside of us. We're getting triggered. Something inside of us is vulnerable to the words we're hearing or the actions that we're seeing. Maybe it's linked to an insecurity. Maybe it's linked to something that we don't like about ourselves that we haven't actually pulled out and admitted to ourselves. So remember, when you are triggered, slip back into that observer mode that we talked about in lesson 1 and think, what is happening to me right now? Why are these words triggering me? Am I reliving an insecurity or a past trauma? Or is it that I'm not feeling great today? Maybe I'm tired or ill and I'm just not at my best, so I'm not responding well. But always look inside, because the problem comes from inside and not outside.